Welcome. In front of me I have the PANASONIC HC-VX3, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the camcorder itself. So anyway, let's just get straight into this. Packaging wise, it's relatively small, honestly much smaller than I would have expected to be with the camcorder. But getting in here, we have a little bit of a wonky packaging, like it's not new. Okay, we'll see in a second, I guess. We have a looks like some lens adapter, and we get the camcorder itself. There we go. So that is a relatively small looking camcorder. I'm not gonna harp on that. Anyway, with some paperwork. More paperwork. And at the bottom we have everything else. Okay. So we have a Type C to Type A USB cable. We have our, that's a micro HD HDMI cable to a full-size HDMI. That's neat. And oh, we have this cutesy little battery. Wow, that is a tiny little fella. Okay. Just rip into that. Oh, that's a very underwhelming battery. Let me grab a battery from something that, for instance, I have right here. So I have the Sony, whichever one that is. Oh, hell would I know? Let's just try to see. Damn it, I can't really see the brand. Not the brand, the model. I don't know where it is. But it's, let me just actually put it side by side just so I can see how much it differs in size, as I think it is a little bit bigger. Not by much, to be honest. So anyway, this is just a titsy bit smaller than what I have, what I'm recording here with. And here's the battery for this one. Here's the battery for the one that I have, which is the Sony one. Yeah, that's you, and that's the guy she tells you not to worry about. So in any case, battery wise, I think it might not have that great of a battery life, considering this is a small battery. But just plop it in here. Oh, there we go. There is a little bit of a push. And lock it in. Now the benefit here is it doesn't protrude almost at all. And wait, I'm actually curious. Is this kind of like a... Could I do this? Nope, it doesn't fit. Okay. Considering it looks about the same, kind of very similar to this. So anyway, let's boot it up. Sure. Oh boy, it's that is pretty slow. Can I like go a little bit faster, or maybe hold it? Nope, holding doesn't do anything. Oh, wait, it's going a little bit faster now. Let's go. All I want to do is get to Poland. Now, as far as I know, this kind of might set the format, like the PAL or ND, whatever it is. I can't really remember. So there we go. Boop, enter. You know, I'm not gonna bother setting up time. Display-wise, it's okay. I can see a little bit of a dead battery. That's great, but on the uniform background I could see some kind of higher kind of light coming from the edges right here and somewhere like here. So the screen isn't lit uniformly, and the battery's almost dead, which kind of is what I would have expected from a camcorder that has such a small battery. Just turn that off. Okay. For some reason there is a lot of space right here. I'm not sure why. Seems like there's space for something right here, maybe a bigger battery or anything like that. But taking a look at it, we have 25mm wide lens of 4.12, and this thing has a insane zoom. From one video that I was watching, just out of curiosity about it, it goes from like 25mm to roughly 600mm basically in terms of zoom, and it can go with the digital zoom up to 1500, though obviously digital that much it's not going to be too usable. But hey, if you want to zoom in really close from far away, this actually does pretty damn good job. Now the downside here of this is that, at least in my opinion, it costs a little bit too much for what it offers. So where I'm from, this costs about 3,200, like over 3 grand. Let me just quickly see if I can find it. I did have it open. Let's see. Yeah, it costs 3,300, and that's from official store. So I'm mentioning the price right here because I find this to be important. Now, benefit here is outside of the zoom, it does 4K and it has the in-body stabilization, so that's pretty nice. Now, in terms of quality of the recording, from what I've seen, as I haven't really used it myself yet, it honestly didn't look that great. For something that is this size, and for instance comparing it to something that I'm using right here, this camera that I'm using from Sony seems to be much better. And I'm not trying to be like, yeah, go for Sony because they're the best, right? I have literally no kind of favoritism towards any kind of brand when it comes down to camera equipment. So I'm mentioning that because, for instance, what I'm using right here is seemingly doing much better, much sharper job at recording, and it also has basically everything that you have right here, and honestly it seems a little bit better. Now I, for the love of God, can't remember which version it was, but it does have 4K 60. It has the ring spinning right there, so you can change that. Nice battery, and yeah, I'm just basically spitting shit that I can see from looking at it because I can't remember the model. So that's one thing. Now I think both of these will be about the same price, about give or take, but additionally you have other options from just normal cameras, photo camera, or ones, for instance, like the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II. This is the Mark II from Sony, is not that much more expensive, and it offers everything that basically this one does. Oh, actually no, sorry, it doesn't have image in-body image stabilization. That is one big downside. But in terms of photos and video quality, it is crystal sharp. It's pretty damn good. So considering this isn't that much cheaper, and it has the downside of being much bulkier, because you can see it's like it is a normal kind of camcorder, the typical kind of controls that you would have. So I don't know if maybe going with something like the Sony ZV-10 wouldn't be better, as you also have the added benefit of having changeable lenses here. Like, you're not going to take this off anything, so that's a little bit of a downside here. So yeah, now other than that, it's basically a typical camcorder. We do have some extra, if I can figure out how to, there we go, open up mounting points, so for a flash or microphones or whatever the hell you want to mount right here. There we go. We have our, I believe this is our microphone, just a big kind of array right here. We have the zoom slash, it looks like volume as well. Our switch to photo mode, record button, and the shittiest exposure I could possibly have, brighten it up. We have our Type-C and microphone in here, and on the other side under the display we have that HDMI mini button and some other ones, just a general kind of UI with the SD card spot right here. We also have a remove. What am I removing? Ah, there we go. What is this? Genuinely have no clue what that is. Oh, sorry, not remove. Jesus, I'm stupid. It says remote. Wow. So we have hybrid optical image stabilization. By the looks of it, 32 times zoom, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, we also have mic line in. So what the hell is? Oh, sorry, this wasn't actually a mic in. That was headphones in. Here is the mic, and like the unfortunate little bit place, I would say. Not sure which one would be better. So when you plop a mic right here, well, number one, and that's actually a bit of a kind of downside. So when you plop a mic right here, obviously you have less kind of real estate to hold, as you would have a mic basically here. I guess it's probably better that it's right here, as it's plugged in. You won't have interference from the cable going to here, while obviously this one will interfere. We have a little strap, adjustable, not stretchable, and yeah, that's about it. That's everything that there is. Just a normal sized camcorder released in, what is it, 2024, I think. So nothing special right here, to be completely honest, at least not from my perspective. But like I said, or I think I did say, I'm not really a camera guy like this, so this to me is foreign kind of concept, what people would be looking for in a camcorder. Personally, what I would be looking for is something that is a little bit more smaller and definitely more versatile, with probably a bigger battery, as this battery right here is relatively small in the box. Chances are you, or Panasonic, probably sells something much bigger like this, as if you look at it, this does accommodate for the space to basically extend outwards like this one, which is what the Sony one that I have right here does. So, you know, possibly you can get a much bigger battery that will give you a bit more battery life. But out of the box you get this tiny little battery, and that is, let's actually say what it is. Let's quickly check. I don't see any. Oh wait, 3.5 volts. Wow, that is less than 2000 amps. Or not amps, what am I saying? The mAh. 7 watt hours. Okay, so that's about it. One more thing that I do want to point out. You probably can put in filters on here if you want to, as we do have a thread. The thread is, there we go, 62mm thread. So filters will go on, and we do have this little weird kind of additional accessories made out of plastic by the looks of it. There we go. So anyway, that's about it. So if you found this completely uninformed video from a person that has no idea about cameras helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.